Hey, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the heart-stopping, spine-tingling world of Marvel Cinematic Universe. So grab your shields, wear your suits, and let's talk about the most badass Marvel movie scenes. So before we start our video, please make sure you have subscribed to my channel, and also press the bell icon. So without further ado, let's jump into the action.
Tell me, brother, what were you the god of again?
Thor Ragnarok, 2017. Somewhere Thor has always been a core Avenger. I mean, the guy's got 4 solo movies to his name. Although, I'm sure he'd prefer it, if love and thunder never actually existed, while his first couple of movies might not have set the world on fire. Thor Ragnarok turned out to be one of those rare instances where changing the tone actually helped the movie. Of course, it couldn't be a Thor movie without an epic fight scene, and we've got the best of the lot right at the final battle. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Apart from the gigantic lightning blast unleashed on Hela, Thor went on to show everyone what he's capable of, even without his hammer. It was nice to see him stepping out of his comfort zone for this, and the results showed almost immediately with the box office numbers.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Badass scenes form Captain America and the Winter Soldier, 2014. Who can forget the moment when Cap faced off against a whole elevator of Hydra agents? The tension, the choreography, and that iconic line, "Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?" It's a masterclass in superhero combat that left us cheering for justice. I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say that this was the film that turned Steve Rogers into an internet sensation, and we have the elevator scene to thank for it. It's a badass moment that focuses on Captain America's true powers when compared to elite-level humans. I know he's no match for Hulk or even Iron Man, but I definitely want some of that super soldier serum, if it ever went into the market.
Not stopping.
Neither are we.
Badass scenes form Captain America Civil War, 2016. 2016 was such an amazing year, wasn't it? Rihanna released Anti. The Weeknd released Starboy: A Metal Arm. And the DCEU finally decided to face off against the MCU with Batman vs. Superman. Well, we all know how that went down financially. So let's just focus on the airport battle in Captain America Civil War. If Marvel could pull off a grandiose crossover fight scene, and once again, the Russo brothers passed with flying colors. We saw some epic showdowns happening at the same time, and it's safe to say that even a Giga Chad would approve of such a sequence. Just look at these characters going at each other with all of their amazing superpowers. And let's not forget, this was the scene that introduced us to the MCU Spider-Man.
I'm really sorry. What?
You should have thought of that earlier.
I hate you.
Wait! I love you guys.
Badass scenes form Spider-Man No Way to Home, 2021. I've never felt as energetic as I did when I saw Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire swinging webs together to defeat the Sinister Six in Spider-Man No Way Home. This is as nostalgic as it gets for millennial fans, such as yours truly, and as much as I'd like to explain the feeling, I just don't have the words to justify my emotions. You just have to be there to see the crowd going wild for the iconic shot that was definitely a peak moment in film history. I could talk about how nicely executed the direction was, or even how the writing really helped the contextual importance of the story. Let's face it, we all wanted to see the Spider-Man getting together.
Now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Cat. I'm always angry.
Badass scenes form the Avengers 2012. The angry green giant of the MCU became an icon for kids and adults all over the world. Not just because of his awesome powers or funny anger issues, but also because of the depth of his character. So, let's look at the first time. The Avengers assembled on screen. And come to think of it, this is a combination of 2 scenes, but they work so well together as we see. but it's hard to consider them a separate moment. It's one thing to see Bruce Banner morphing into his overpowered counterpart and smashing a giant Leviathan with a single punch, and a whole other thing to see the OG. Avengers teaming up for what would be the first of many such encounters. It just feels so right.
Maybe smash a few things along the way.
I think it's gratuitous, but whatever.
This isn't gonna change what happened. I don't care.
Badass scenes from Captain America Civil War, 2016. What happened when the two heroes of the Marvel Universe come together to give us a legendary final battle? We all love Iron Man, and we all love Captain America. And that's exactly why this scene transcends beyond the standard perceptions of epic fights. If I'm being honest here, I was rooting for Iron Man. Because come on, we all know Steve only came out on top because he had Bucky to distract Tony and tons of plot armor. I don't know where to begin. I mean, the visuals are amazing, the tensions run high, and the impact is long-lasting. It went on to show us how flawed our favorite characters are, and it also set the tone for how the Infinity Saga was going to end.
You don't deserve it. My father made that shield.
Badass. Scenes form Avengers Infinity War, 2018. Look Thor's awesome Wakanda entry. So if I see a badass list, and you can bet your bottom dollar, then I'm gonna include the God of Thunder's iconic appearance in Infinity War. I'm pretty sure I've memorized this scene by heart. And yet again, I can't get that amazing landing by our Australian hunk. Comey on You made an electrifying entrance, and now you're showing off your new Thunder Axe. How on earth is anyone gonna be able to ignore you? Also, I just want to say that Chris Hemsworth might not be able to top this moment ever again in his life, but he doesn't need to. This has already gone down as one of the most badass scenes in superhero history.
What did you do?
I went for the head.
Badass scenes form Deadpool 2016.
Did I leave the stove on?
This was such a lifesaver for the X-Men brand, but it actually made the creators believe they could get away with stuff like Dark Phoenix. The foul-mouth assassin has always been a favorite in the comics, but to have Ryan Reynolds play him as if they're literal alter egos was one of the wisest decisions ever made in Hollywood. He even doubles down on his persona with the very first scene with the highway fight. It was such a fresh breath of creative air, which was a rare occurrence at the time, at least in X-Men movies anyway. The scene in particular isn't just funny, it's gross, it's bloody. And most importantly, it's badass AF. Now seriously, which one of your favorite superheroes managed to burn an enemy's mouth? Badass scenes form Avengers Endgame 2019.
Assemble.
I've always been a fan of the classics, but when it comes to modern media, there's no better ending to a decade's worth of storytelling than. It's actually the first time we see Captain America using that phrase, especially after he teased us a couple of times in earlier movies. The reunions, the fights, the stakes, the ending, everything. The scale was simply immeasurable, and the after effects surely lasted long enough for people like me to watch it a couple more times on the big screen. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has given us countless moments of pure, unadulterated badassery. Which scenes are your favorites? Did we miss any that deserve a shout out? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more epic Marvel content. Until next time, Excelsior.